A man commented, "Don't give up now." He's dating the influencer. He encouraged, "Don't give up. The world needs your light." It was just a comment under a video, one among thousands the influencer scrolled past every day. But on the night she almost deleted her account, drowning in hate messages and silent tears, those 4 words stopped her finger. A stranger's voice. Simple, honest, unshakable. She never imagined that one day the man behind that comment would walk into her life. Not as a follower, but as the one person who could love. Stopped her. The glow of the phone screen was the only light in Mia's apartment that night. Outside, the city roared with life, but inside, silence pressed down like a weight. Her latest video had bombed. The comments were a storm-fake cringe, "You'll never make it." She scrolled with numb fingers, each word cutting deeper than the last. Her chest ached. She whispered to herself, "Maybe they're right. Maybe I should quit." Then, just before she pressed delete on her profile, a single comment froze her thumb. "Don't give up. The world needs your light." Unlike the others, it wasn't dripping with sarcasm. It wasn't performative. It was sincere. Her lips trembled as she whispered the words aloud. For the first time that night, her tears weren't from pain, but from the strange warmth of being seen. She didn't know who Ethan J. was, just a name with no profile picture buried under a flood of negativity. But she saved the comment, screenshotting it like a lifeline. That night, instead of deleting her account, she posted again. Not polished, not perfect, just raw. Her voice shaky, but real. And when she finally shut off her phone and curled into bed, she whispered into the dark, "Whoever you are, thank you." Cliffhanger, transition. Mia didn't know it yet, but Ethan wasn't just another faceless follower. He was about to step out of the shadows of the internet and into her life. Mia didn't know it yet, but Ethan wasn't just another faceless follower. He was about to step out of the shadows of the internet and into her life. The man behind the words. Ethan James never thought of himself as someone special. 32 years old, working long shifts as a paramedic. His life was more about survival than dreams. Most nights, after rushing between emergencies, he came home to a quiet apartment and scrolled through social media, not for entertainment, but for a reminder that life outside the sirens and flashing lights still existed. That's when he stumbled across her. Mia. Her videos weren't like the others. She smiled, even when her eyes looked tired. She joked, even when her voice cracked. To Ethan, she wasn't just an influencer. She was human. But that night, something was different. Her video wasn't funny. It was raw, shaky, almost broken. Her voice faltered. "Maybe this is my last post. Maybe I'm done." Ethan froze. He'd seen broken people before, but usually in the back of his ambulance fighting for life. This was different. This was someone fighting for hope. Without thinking, he typed, "Don't give up. The world needs your light." He hit send, simple, honest, and then he put the phone down, not expecting anything. Later that night, as he sat by the window with a cup of black coffee, he wondered if she'd even notice. He didn't care if she replied. He just hoped in the flood of cruelty, his words might be the one that stayed. What Ethan didn't know was that Mia had saved his comment like a secret treasure. And fate was already moving to close the distance between them. The next morning, Mia made a choice that shocked her followers and unknowingly tied her path to Ethan's forever. Her unlikely return. Morning sunlight crept through the blinds, painting thin gold lines across Mia's cluttered apartment. Her phone buzzed with notifications, more hate, more mockery. But this time, buried under the noise, she had something else. She opened her gallery. There it was, the screenshot. Don't give up. The world needs your light. Her thumb lingered over the image, her lips curling into the faintest smile. One voice, against thousands. And somehow, it mattered more than all the rest combined. Instead of deleting her account like she had planned, Mia hit record again. No makeup, no filters. Just her sitting cross-legged on the floor, eyes tired but steady. Her voice was quiet, almost fragile. Last night, I almost gave this all up. But then one person told me not to. So this video is for them. And for anyone else who needs to hear the same thing, don't give up. Please, don't. She posted it before she could second-guess herself. The reaction stunned her. Instead of ridicule, her comments filled with strangers saying thank you. People admitting they'd felt the same. Some even quoting the line Ethan had written, though they didn't know who Ethan J. was. It was as if one kind comment had rippled outward, reshaping everything. That evening, Mia scrolled through the responses, but her mind kept circling back to the one name, the one faceless profile. Who was he? Why did 4 words from him matter more than thousands from others? She whispered to herself, almost embarrassed, Ethan J., I wish I knew you. And as Mia spoke those words into the empty room, Ethan, miles away, opened his phone and saw something he never expected. Mia's new video, dedicated to him. The recognition. Ethan sat slumped on the edge of his couch, boots still on from a 16-hour shift. His body begged for rest, but a faint vibration from his phone pulled his gaze down. He unlocked the screen and froze. Mia's face filled it, her newest video. Her words were shaky, unpolished. But then came the line that made his chest tighten. And this video is for the one person who told me not to give up. You don't know what that meant to me. Whoever you are, thank you. Ethan's throat went dry. It was him. She was talking about him. He replayed the clip 3 times just to be sure he hadn't imagined it. Each time, the gratitude in her voice struck deeper. The world might have brushed off his comment as nothing. But for Mia, it had been a lifeline. For a man who spent his nights saving lives, the irony wasn't lost on him. He hadn't needed an ambulance or bandages or adrenaline this time. Just 4 words. And suddenly, she wasn't just an influencer on a glowing screen. She was a woman who had felt him even without knowing his face. Ethan hovered over the comment box again. He typed, then erased. Typed again. It was me. I'm glad you're still here. Delete. I'll always support you. Delete. His hands shook. What if she thought he was creepy? What if she regretted even mentioning him? He tossed the phone aside, pacing the room. For the first time in years, the calm, decisive paramedic couldn't make a simple choice. That night, Ethan decided to stay silent. But fate had no intention of leaving him hidden for long, because Mia's next live stream would change everything. The live stream. Saturday night. Mia sat at her desk, ring light, glowing hands trembling just above the keyboard. She hadn't gone live in weeks. But tonight felt different. The words of that faceless comment still echoed inside her, "Don't give up. The world needs your light." She owed it to him, to them all, to show up again. When she finally tapped Go Live, thousands of little hearts and usernames filled her screen. Her chest tightened, but she forced a smile. "Hi everyone, I wasn't sure if I should come back. Honestly, I almost walked away forever. But one comment reminded me why I started in the first place. So this live stream is my thank you. The chat exploded. We missed you. Mia, don't leave us again. You're stronger than the haters. Ethan was on the other side of that stream, sitting in the dim glow of his apartment. He hadn't meant to join. He told himself he'd only watch for a few minutes. But when he saw her smile, small, fragile, but real, he couldn't look away. Then Mia said it. To the one who wrote, "Don't give up. If you're here tonight, I just want you to know you saved me. I don't even know your name, but thank you." The words stabbed through Ethan's chest. His fingers hovered over the comment bar. For a moment, impulse overpowered fear. He typed, "It was me," and pressed send. The message shot through the chat, then vanished in the flood of comments. Ethan exhaled in relief. Maybe no one would notice. But then Mia squinted at her screen, leaning closer. Her lips parted. Her eyes widened. Wait, Ethan J. The chat exploded again, fans spamming, "Who is Ethan J? Show yourself, is this real?" Mia whispered it once more, almost to herself. "You're here." The screen froze in Ethan's trembling hands. He had revealed himself without meaning to, and now the influencer he had quietly saved was looking directly for him. The first message. Mia ended the live stream with her heart racing. She had smiled, waved, and signed off as if everything was fine. But inside, she was shaking. That name, that comment, Ethan J. He wasn't just a shadow anymore. He was real, right there in her audience. She stared at her phone long after the stream ended, scrolling through the chaos of comments. Her fans had already latched onto the mystery. Who is Ethan J? Is he your boyfriend? Face reveal when? Mia ignored them all. She went straight to her messages. Her fingers trembled as she typed. Mia, hi. Are you really the one who wrote that comment? She hesitated, biting her lip before hitting send. Across the city, Ethan's phone buzzed. He had been pacing again, replaying his mistake in his head. But when he saw her name in his inbox, his breath caught. He opened it slowly, as though the words might vanish if he moved too fast. And then, before doubt could swallow him, he replied, "Ethan, yeah, that was me. I didn't think you'd notice." Mia read his response 3 times, her chest tightening with something she couldn't name. Relief, gratitude, curiosity. She typed back fast this time. "Mia, notice you saved me. I just needed to thank you properly." The conversation stretched late into the night. Not about fame, not about content. They talked about little things. Favorite books, bad coffee, sleepless nights. For the first time in months, Mia laughed not for the camera, but for herself. And on the other side, Ethan felt something shift, too. He wasn't just a follower anymore. He was someone she wanted to know. By dawn, both had fallen asleep with phones still in hand. And though they'd never met, the distance between them felt smaller than ever. But the internet has sharp eyes. Within days, fans began noticing Mia was smiling differently in her videos. And rumors about a mystery man spread like wildfire. The rumors. By the end of the week, Mia's world no longer felt like her own. Every video she posted, no matter how simple, sparked the same flood of comments. "Who's making you smile like that? Mystery boyfriend reveal. Is it Ethan J?" At first, she laughed it off. But the speculation grew darker, twisting her gratitude into scandal. Bloggers picked it up. Influencer secretly dating a fan. Reaction channels dissected her smile frame by frame. Even brand partners sent nervous emails hinting that she should clarify her personal life before the gossip damaged her image. Mia shut her laptop with a groan. This wasn't what she wanted. She hadn't asked for attention, on her heart just a chance to breathe again. Meanwhile, Ethan kept his phone on silent, watching from the shadows. The same paramedic who faced blood and chaos daily now found himself paralyzed by something as simple as strangers online. He typed to her late one night, "Ethan, if this is too much, I can disappear. Pretend I was never there." Mia's reply was almost instant. "Mia, no. Don't say that. You were there when I needed you most. I won't lose you to them." Her fingers trembled as she hit send. She didn't care if the world tore her apart, she couldn't let him vanish. But the pressure only mounted. One evening during a live stream meant to be about her latest project, the chat erupted again. "Tell us about Ethan J. Is he real? We want proof." Mia froze. Her throat went dry. And then, against all her instincts, she whispered into the camera, "He's real." The internet exploded. Screenshots flew across platforms within minutes. And somewhere Ethan's heart pounded so hard it hurt. The world now knew his name. But what they didn't know was that Ethan and Mia were about to meet face to face for the very first time. The meeting. Rain streaked the windows of the cafe, blurring the world outside into silver lines. Mia sat at a corner table, heart-racing palms sweating against the warm ceramic of her untouched latte. Every sound, the clink of spoons, the hum of voices felt muffled beneath the pounding of her pulse. She glanced at her phone one last time. "Ethan, I'm here." Her breath caught. She looked up. There he was. Taller than she expected, shoulders heavy with years of carrying other people's emergencies. His dark jacket clung damp from the rain. His hair mussed his eyes, cautious yet steady. For a second, neither moved. The cafe around them blurred into silence. Then Ethan's lips curved into a nervous smile. "Hi, Mia." Her chest tightened at the sound of her name in his voice, warm, human, real. She stood almost stumbling and laughed through the tears rising in her eyes. "You're real." They sat. Words spilled in starts and stops, laughter breaking the tension like fragile glass. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't scripted. It was two people finally stepping out of the glow of screens into the trembling light of reality. Mia confessed how close she'd been to quitting. Ethan admitted how terrified he'd been to speak up again. And in the messy honesty of it all, something undeniable pulsed between them. At one point, Mia pulled out her phone, scrolling to the saved screenshot. She turned it toward him. "Don't give up. The world needs your light." Her voice cracked. This is why I'm still here." Ethan swallowed hard, reaching across the table. His calloused hand covered hers, grounding her like nothing else ever had. "I'm glad you listened." Outside, the rain softened. Inside, two strangers, who had once been nothing more than a comment and a username, now sat hand in hand, their lives forever altered by 4 simple words. As they left the cafe together, Mia glanced back at the empty table where their story had finally crossed into the real world. And in her heart, one truth burned brighter than the city lights outside. Sometimes the smallest words can change everything. If you find value in real stories, told with clarity and truth, make sure to subscribe to stay informed with Real Father Story.